What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2025 Subaru Forester Premium. Huge thank you to Josh Brown over at Stohlman Subaru of Sterling, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular Forester or any Subaru product, then I'll be sure to have Josh's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. It's a beautiful humidity-free day outside here today. However, it is a bit windy, so I wanted to apologize in advance for any wind noise in today's video. But just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2025 Subaru Forester Premium, and this particular one has been painted in the $395 River Rock Pearl. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2025, the Forester was refreshed inside and out with updated exterior looks, new interior technology, and a hybrid powertrain that is coming soon. But this being the Forester Premium, as standard, you get LED steering responsive headlights with high beam assist, as well as LED daytime running lights, standard turn signals, and LED fog lights. Now I'm going to take a step to the left and give you a front-on view of the refreshed Forester. And this one being the Premium, you get the metallic gray front grille with the Subaru logo located at the center. Just to the left and the right of the Subaru logo, you get the silver accent color grille bars. So this is what I'm referring to as the silver accent color grille bars. And then you also get a gloss black U-shaped grille surround that starts here, comes down, and ends right about there. And then coming down just a little bit more, you get a satin black lower fascia. This is what I'm referring to as the lower fascia, and 8.7 inches of ground clearance. Now, to summarize the refresh of the 2025 Forester, I think they did a great job. It looks much more modern. However, I will say that the front end kind of reminds me of a Toyota RAV4, a 2021, 2022-ish Toyota Land Cruiser, and a Ford Explorer. If they all, came together and had a baby, that is what the front end of the Forester looks like. It's very Toyota-esque, and you'll also see that in the rear, which I will point out as well. Nonetheless, I think it looks fantastic, much more modern looking, much better looking, in my opinion, than the previous gen Forester. But again, if you also see the Toyota-esque design language, let me know in the comments down below. But coming on down the side, as mentioned, you get that satin black lower fascia, and that satin black lower fascia leads into your satin black wheel arch moldings with the venting. So now with the newer Subaru design language, with the Crosstrek, with the WRX, you now get the venting here, which is a subtle touch, but I think it looks much more sporty. Down the side makes the wheel arch moldings look much better, in my personal opinion. Also, for 2025, all Foresters got the electric power steering rack. Makes the steering feel just a little bit lighter. And then these are the standard and only wheels you can get with the Premium, and they are 17-inch dark gray with machine finish wheels, and the wheels are wrapped in 225/60 Yokohama Geolandar G91 all-season tires. Let me give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires here as best that I can. That is what they look like. And then I also wanted to mention that you also do get a windshield wiper de-icer, but I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit because I wanted to say that this one's been optioned with the $167 splash guards, which is what this piece is right here, basically to try to prevent some of the splash onto the paint. Also, one thing that's interesting about this newly redesigned Forester is that you get this satin black piece here at the bottom of your A-pillar. The Touring I just did a video with had the same exact thing, but this one being the Premium, you get the gray mirror caps, and as standard, these side view mirrors are heated and manual folding. This one being optioned with the $1,200 option package 15, you get the blind spot monitoring, which is kind of like this nipple looking thing right here, which can be found on the inside of the driver's side mirror as well as the inside of your front passenger's mirror. Now, this one has also been optioned with the $290 auto-dimming exterior mirrors with the approach light. So both of the mirrors are auto-dimming. If somebody comes up behind you at night with their high beams on, both of the mirrors will auto-dim, so you're not going to get blinded. And then you also get this little approach light right here, is essentially a puddle light. But that's kind of about it for the side view mirrors. However, if you're looking to get a 360-degree view camera system, the refresh finally brought a 360 cam to the top of the line Forester, which is the Touring, and that is the only trim level that gets the 360-degree view camera system. Anyways, moving on from there, at the top of the roof line, this one gets, or I guess the Premium gets the satin black raised ladder type roof rails with a 700-pound static load capacity. So if you wanted to, put a tent on top of this thing, as long as you're stationary and everything between the tent, you, your dog, and your cargo weigh less than 700 pounds, while stationary, you can have 700 pounds on those roof rails. But also, satin black window trim, body color door handles with keyless access. The Premium gives you keyless access. Just keep in mind, however, the keyless access function is only on the front 2 door handles. The rear 2 door handles do not get the keyless access function. And then coming down to the bottom of all of your passenger doors, you get the satin black door cladding. Now, coming back to here, you get a satin black shark fin antenna, as well as a body color roof spoiler with your integrated 3rd brake light. You also get a rear window defroster, a single speed rear wiper, and new to the Forester for 2025, you get the symmetrical all-wheel drive badging here on the D-pillar. You gotta have that satin black backing plate, chrome lettering, and you get standard taillights. I'm gonna give you a rear 3/4 shot of this thing. Coming to the booty, here's a booty shot. You can see you get that gloss black trim that connects the taillights with the Subaru logo at the center. You also get the Forester lettering stamped into your liftgate. You get a satin gray Subaru badge, and that's kind of about it for the badging. Now, coming underneath this E, that is where you will find your backup camera, and this one being optioned with option package 15, you get the hands-free power liftgate. So if you wanted to open up the liftgate, all you would have to do would be like stick your foot underneath there and the liftgate would open up. Never does it when I wanted to do it. You also have a pad right there that you can press and the liftgate will open up. Now, taking a look at the liftgate, you get a floodlight right here that is LED. And then this is what the trunk area looks like. So first option back here I wanted to point out is the $164 bumper cover, which is what this piece is here. So let's say you're carrying out a heavy object and it's just dragging and it drags to right here. Rather than scratching up your paint, you're scratching up this satin black piece, which is very easy to replace. It only costs 164 bucks to replace, rather than having to repaint this, which God knows how much that would cost. A couple other options. So this one's been optioned with the $686 convenience package number 1, which gives you the all-weather floor mats and the cargo tray. All-weather mats, the cargo tray, and then everything else back here. You get the 4 grocery bag hooks, so that's 1, 2 on this side, and you also get a 12-volt power outlet. You get a little storage cubby on both sides. So I just did a video with a Touring, and the Touring has the Harman Kardon Premium sound system, which would give you a subwoofer right here, but because this is the Premium, doesn't come with a Harman Kardon sound system, you get another little storage cubby on this side as well. And then these are just the standard carpeted floor mats with the white Forester script. And then if you lift it up on all of this stuff here with this little ribbon, and you keep going, that is where you will find your spare tire, your jack, your tow hook, and all the necessities to either be pulled out of a snowbank or, change a spare tire. And if you wanted to drop the second row seats, you have these things right here that you would pull up on. The seats will fall forward. And I would say you probably get about, from the trunk opening to the second row seat back, about 3.5, 4 feet of storage space. And with those second row seats down, you probably get an additional about 3.5, 4 feet of storage space. So last but not least, you get a cargo cover back here that you can retract. Basically, that will make thieves not be able to see what you have in your trunk, so they don't get any ideas. If you have your laptop here at an airport, you left it, they're not gonna be able to see it. Might still go for it, but anyways, other 2 buttons. Left is to lock, right is to close the liftgate. We're gonna close the liftgate, so we're gonna press the right button. And then we're just gonna finish things off, use the voice crack, here at the rear end, because you get 2 reflectors on the outsides of the rear bumper. You get a satin black rear bumper. You also get a 370 rear axle ratio, a single exit exhaust tip. So I just did a video with the Touring. The Touring had a fancier looking exhaust. Obviously it's going to cost more money. You also get a max tow capacity of 1,500 pounds. And the last thing I wanted to show you is that on the passenger side, this is where you'll find your fuel door, and 87 octane will do you just fine here with this thing. Now basically I'm just going to give you a nice little walk around of it, and while I'm walking it around, let me know your opinions on the 2025 Forester refresh in the comments down below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you see the Toyota design language in the Forester styling? Let me know below. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated Boxer 4-cylinder that produces 180 horsepower and 178 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a Lineartronic CVT for a 0 to 60 time in 8.3 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 26 miles per gallon in the city, 33 miles per gallon on the highway for 29 miles per gallon combined with standard all-wheel drive. As mentioned a couple times now, I just did a video with a 2025 Forester Touring, and what's funny is they both come standard with all-wheel drive. However, the Touring got 1 less mile per gallon in the city, on the highway, and combined. Very interesting. Maybe it's just the couple features, maybe the leather weighs more. I don't know why the MPGs go down by 1. I do wish, however, Subaru would put the turbo 4-cylinder in this that you find in the Outback, but they don't. However, there is a hybrid powertrain coming very soon if you are looking for better fuel economy. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything from the video, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as mentioned earlier, you get keyless access as standard. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and it will unlock. You can also lock it if you run your finger across these 2 little lines right here, and now it is locked. This is what the key fob looks like. It's satin black with some satin chrome accenting, and going over the functions on it, starting from the top, you have your lock function, your unlock function, your power liftgate function, which comes a part of option package 15, and all the way at the bottom, you have your panic function. But let's see what the interior of the Premium has to offer, at least this particular Premium. So the only interior color you can get is the gray cloth interior with the blue accent colored stitching, but we're going to start here with the driver's side door panel. So at the top, you get some vinyl wrapping, then you get some cloth here with that blue accent colored stitching. You have your door handle, your power side view mirror controls, your unlock and your lock functions, automatic up and down windows in the front. You do not get automatic up or down windows in the back. That is going to restrict your passenger window privileges. You also get a padded armrest, a little bit of miscellaneous storage space, a spot you could set a water bottle, and a speaker. As standard with the Premium, you get a 10-way power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar. You also get a manually adjustable front passenger seat, and heated front seats come standard. But now let's step into the interior and hear what it sounds like when you close the driver door. Now let's fire it up. And that is what it sounds like being fired up from the driver's perspective. I'm going to turn down the AC just a tad bit, and basically now I'm going to walk you throughout the entire interior. So coming over to here, you get an HVAC vent. This button right here is to open and or close your power liftgate. Again, that power liftgate comes a part of option package 15. This right here is to brighten and or dim your gauge cluster as well as your backlit buttons, and then this is going to turn the hands-free liftgate system on or off. Flipping this down gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. Basically what I mean is you can bring the steering wheel towards you, you can push it away from you, and it also moves down and up. And then once you find your comfortable position, you just lock it right back into place. But now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like on the Forester. And not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also your high beam control stock, your headlight control stock, and your fog light control stock. So on the end, you have your headlight control. So all the way up, that's headlights always on. That is parking lights on, headlights automatic, and all the way down is headlights off. To the right of that, that's fog lights off, fog lights on, and obviously you know how the high beams work. Zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped steering wheel, and just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen to it. That is what the horn sounds like on the Forester. Now I'm going to walk you throughout the controls on the steering wheel. So this is to go forward and or backwards on the track. This is going to switch you between your different audio sources like AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth audio, etc. Then you have the up and the down arrows. Those are to control your 4.2-inch productivity screen located at the center of your gauge cluster. This is to pick up on a phone call. This is to hang up on a phone call, as well as mute the audio system. And then this button right here is to speak to the vehicle. You can tell it to turn the AC to low, AC to 60 degrees, stuff like that. Then you have your volume controls at the bottom. Now on the right hand side of the steering wheel, this comes standard with Subaru EyeSight suite of features. So basically you get adaptive cruise control with lane centering. So here are your adaptive cruise control settings. You also get SI drive, which is your sport and your intelligent drive mode. You click this is your sport mode, this is your intelligent mode, basically normal mode, sport mode. That's the easier way to look at it. And then you also have your windshield wiper control stock there. Moving into our gauge cluster. So at the center, you have your 4.2-inch productivity screen, but on the left, you have your tachometer and your coolant temperature gauge, and on the right, you have your speedometer and your fuel gauge. So right now, the productivity screen is displaying the instant fuel economy stuff up top here. So let's say you're coasting down a hill, getting good fuel economy. This is going to come over to this side, basically signifying that we're getting better fuel economy. Plus is better fuel economy, minus is worse fuel economy. And then this is the Trip A average fuel economy. That is the fuel range. That is the digital speedometer readout. That is the Trip A information. That is the odometer. So 12.8 Trip A, 12 is the odometer. Then where it says I, that is the intelligent drive mode. That is the transmission status stuff. And you see where it says 6.5 and 12.8 for Trip A. All you got to do to reset that, come over to the Trip Reset button, press and hold on that, and those values will reset back down to 0. Now, if you wanted to control that screen again, you have these arrows here. So if I click down, that's going to bring me into my analytical data, more average fuel economy stuff. This is some more analytical data. This is when the auto stop start system turns the vehicle off. It counts how long the vehicle has been off for and how much fuel it has saved with the auto stop start system. Then you have your tire pressure monitoring system that only works when the vehicle is in motion. Then you have your audio stuff, your ambient exterior temperature in the current time. This is probably the screen that I would leave it on. Now, coming over to here, you may be able to tell what is new to the Forester for the 2025 model year. So this is the new for 2025. It is the 11.6-inch Starlink infotainment system with wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto connectivity. You do not get built-in navigation. Going over the physical controls on the screen first. This is your hazard button, volume control knob, front defroster, temperature controls for the driver, temperature controls here for the front passenger, rear defroster, tuning control knob. You press and hold on the tuning control knob, it will bring you into your tone settings. So basically you can adjust the bass, mid, treble, balance, fader, etc. And then you also have your volume control knob here. You press and hold on the volume control knob, it will turn that screen off. If I press and hold on that before it turns it off, it will keep it back on. And then at the top of the screen, you have your ambient exterior temperature, the current time. Right now, this is displaying the audio stuff. You click over, then you got your water temperature, oil temperature, average speed, weather stuff, and the X mode, basically your traction control system. And then beneath that, this is what the home screen looks like. You can see all the different widgets. If you swipe over, you have your auto vehicle hold. You turn that on, the vehicle will hold itself in place by itself with its braking system. And then that right there is to turn the traction control system on or off. Down here, this is going to bring you into your vehicle settings screen. You can see all that stuff, driver assistance settings, more settings. Then you have your auto vehicle hold button right here. I already went over that button, but it's the same button as that one, just more, easy to access. That is to turn the auto stop start system on or off. This is the home button, brings you to the home screen. This is going to let you know what phones are connected. And then this is your driver profiles. And all the way at the bottom, you have your climate control stack. This will always be at the bottom of the screen no matter what. As mentioned, you get heated front seats as standard. You get 3 levels of adjustability with them. And if you click that, that is going to bring the climate control stack throughout the entire screen. It is a dual zone automatic climate control system. Now, back out of that, and you come down a little bit more, you get a USB-A port, a USB-C port, an auxiliary jack, and a wireless charging pad as standard. If you want to go into drive, you flip over to the left. That is going to put you into your low mode. I'm going to leave us in park. Then you have your electronic parking brake here. Behind that, you can see a blank button. If this was the Touring and you click that button, that would pop up your 360-degree view camera system. This one does not get a 360-degree view camera system. It only has the backup camera. Then you get 2 cup holders, a 12-volt power outlet, a padded armrest that feels like it's like vinyl wrapped. And if you open it up, you get no connectivity down in there. I'd say it's probably about 8 to 10 inches deep and probably, 6 to 7 inches this way. So good amount of storage space down in there, but just be mindful of what you set in there because the space will dissolve rather quickly depending on what you put in there. Then you can also set a phone down in there. Coming over to here, you get the hexagonal design dash for the passenger, silver trim. You do not get a lockable glove box, but you get a decent amount of storage space in the glove box. Your owner's manual is in there. You can still fit your napkins and straws and stuff like that. Now, coming up to here, this one being optioned with the $686 convenience package number 1, you get the auto dimming rear view mirror with the compass and home link. So this is the home link, the universal garage door opener you can open up 3 garage bays with. That is the compass, and the mirror itself is auto dimming. This right here is where it's going to let you know who is buckled and who is not buckled. This is going to let you know if the passenger airbag is on or off. This one being the premium, you get the panoramic sunroof as standard, and it does slide, it does not tilt, and it goes back to about like right here. I can open it up, and while we are, doing our thing, I will show you that when it's done opening. But you get 2 LED lights here. This is your roadside assistance, or these are your roadside assistance buttons. You get a spot you can set your sunglasses up top here. And then when this is flipped to the left, when you open up the doors, the interior lights will turn on. So when it's flipped to the right, the interior lights will not turn on when you open up the doors. And then this is what the sunroof looks like. Nearly opens up all the way. And if you wanted to, connect it to this so you don't have to reach back here to close it, all you got to do is kind of listen for that click. You'll kind of hear it. And then when you close this, it's going to bring the shade with it. Opening up the visor, you get a vanity mirror with a vanity light, and then the visor itself does not slide forwards and backwards, but you get the sliding out piece at the end of the visor that will slide forwards and backwards when the sun is in those weird positions. Then the driver gets a no poop handle. The front passenger also gets a no poop handle. And then going over seat comfort, I think these seats are comfortable. I say they are a touch on the firmer side, but for me, I find them to be very comfortable. However, I think Subaru did away with the adjustable headrests, the ones that used to go forwards and backwards. They still do go up and down, but I'm pretty sure the old Foresters used to be able to move like click, 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 and adjust the headrest like that. Anyways, no longer can do that. But now I'm just gonna throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at everything that you get as standard, the couple options that this vehicle has, but I'm just gonna highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2025 Forester Premium is spec'd is $36,292. So pretty good value. I think this is one of the best value trim levels that you can get because it gives you everything that you want and need on a vehicle. It just doesn't give you, the extra frills like the leather, like the ventilated seats, like the 360-degree view camera system, but you still get adaptive cruise control. You still get the panoramic roof. If you option it correctly, you can get the blind spot monitoring, the power lift gate. So you can make it nice. It gets keyless access as standard. So you can make it nice. It's going to give you everything that you need on a vehicle. It's still going to look good. It's just not going to be as nice as, the Touring or some of the top dog trim levels, because those are going to cost more money, but it's going to give you what you want. I do want to show you what we got going on here in the second row seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. I want to fold this seat up, but this is what the door panel looks like back here. Very similar material wise to what you get in the front, except most of this down here is that satin black plastic, some storage space, a water bottle holder, a speaker. And the windows do not go all the way down, but they go, most of the way down. And then you also get a speaker. Now, sitting behind myself up top here, you get an O-poop handle. You get 3 seat back pockets behind both the driver and the front passenger seat. You get 2 HVAC vents, a USB-A port, a USB-C port, as well as a center fold-down armrest right here with 2 cup holders, nicely padded armrest. You also get an LED dome light back here. You also get a no poop handle on that side, but there is no dry cleaning hook, which is kind of interesting. Now, when it comes to knee and leg room, I've actually got quite a bit of knee and leg room. I'm 5'9", adjusted behind myself, and then there's another view of my knee and leg room. But yeah, that's kind of about it. These seats are also comfortable here in the rear. Here's a view from my eye level out the front. And yeah, that's kind of about it for the interior. So, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video, where I always start my videos here when I do videos this way. We go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour, and then I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Nothing will ever be a 10 because perfection does not exist in this world, but it did very well over that first speed bump. Let's see how it does here on the second one. Let's go about 5. And I'm gonna give this thing an 8 flat on a scale of 1 to 10. I just did a video with a Touring, and it seemed like this went over those speed bumps slightly better than the Touring did, which is kind of interesting. I felt like the Touring suspension was just a touch firmer than this one, which is weird because it's the, you know, highest trim level you can get on the Forester. So I don't know, maybe it's just placebo, who knows. All I know is that I definitely like the new Forester better than the old one. The only complaint I have about the Forester is the lack of the physical climate controls. I wish I had the fan speed control, either a button or a knob. It just makes things so much easier than, you know, having to click that. But I guess it's the same thing, but I don't know, I just like to complain. No, not for real, but that's a nice 3rd gen Camaro right there. Sorry, I'm catching me off guard a little bit, but yeah, this thing's actually, it's an IROC. The thing's sweet. My buddy Ty's got one of those, but a convertible. All right, now we're gonna do a nice little acceleration out onto the roadway. When the CVT shifts ratios, it kind of throws you forward. It's kind of funny. But I'm gonna hop over here into this lane. If you wanted that blind spot monitoring system, you might want to look into getting option package 15, because that is what gives you the blind spot monitoring system. Now, taking a listen to the road noise, I feel like the new Foresters are better insulated from the outside world as compared to the previous gen Forester. And I mentioned the same thing that I did a video with the Touring just not too long ago. Basically, it seems just a little bit more premium feeling on the interior, but also sound insulation. Sounds like there's more or better sound deadening in this gen compared to the previous generation. So definitely a big step up from the previous gen Forester when it comes to the infotainment screen, because the other one had the 8-inch screen, and now it seems like everybody's at least got a 10-inch screen. So, you know, now it seems like new vehicles screens range from 10 to 12. Geez, I don't know, in 5 years are we gonna have like the entire panel be a screen? I don't know, we'll see. But anyways, take a listen to what this thing sounds like cruising at about 50-55 miles an hour. I'm gonna give you a little bit of time between now and when we go over these bridge joints. Keep in mind it is windy out. About to go over the bridge joints. All right, well, that is what it sounds like, road and wind noise. It definitely sounds better than it did before, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I don't know, you got to test one out for yourself. Anyways, I wish that this had the turbo engine, at least as an option, especially on like the higher trim levels, but it seems like Subaru doesn't want to put one in the Forester. However, there is a hybrid powertrain coming at some point this year to the Forester, so you're going to get better fuel economy. It seems like everybody's been asking about a hybrid Forester for a long time, and so now your wish is going to be granted. Other than that, I think the Premium is probably the best value trim level that you get with the Forester. Again, if you spec it correctly, you know, if you didn't have option package 15 or the convenience package, it'd be pretty bare bones. You know, obviously it'd be better than the base, because I don't think the base gets keyless access, whereas this is the first trim level that gives you keyless access. So I definitely think that this is worth it over the base. But you know, there's some people out there where the base is totally fine, which I totally understand. So I'm noticing that these little Easter eggs, you can see that, like, it almost looks like a heron right up top there. I noticed that in the rear window of the Forester Touring I did a video with. It also had that little Easter egg there. So one thing I will tell you about this powertrain is that around town, it doesn't feel all that slow. The only time where it really feels slow is when you are, you know, getting on it. Like if you're flooring this thing, you're like, oh boy, yeah, this thing is kind of slow. But if you're just doing day-to-day traffic, like this is your daily driver, I don't feel like you're gonna feel like it's super slow unless you're doing a lot of highway driving. If you're doing a lot of highway driving, you might be like, you might want to look into getting an Outback Turbo if you are a power person. But if you're not a power person, like I'm a power person, but if you're not a power person, I think this powertrain will do you just fine. You know, it's got the power to, you know, go from where you need to go. be fuel efficient, and you know, from stoplight to stoplight. If you're not really ripping on it, you're gonna be like, okay, this thing's got enough get up for me. So again, if you like power, take a look at the Outback Turbo. But as soon as this light turns green, basically I'm gonna get straightened out there and I'm gonna do a full throttle acceleration here in sport mode, so you can kind of see what you're getting power wise if you really got a rip on this thing. So here is floored. And that was a floored acceleration in sport mode to give me a little bit more oomph. I did a video with a touring and I was flooring it, and then I put it into sport mode and it like dropped a gear. So sport mode does give you sharper throttle response. It'll hold the RPMs higher and stuff like that. So sport mode does do some things. But the way that this one's spec'd, it's going to give you everything you want. The sound system's actually pretty decent. You get the panoramic roof, the digital rear view mirror. So the way that this one is spec'd is how you should spec a premium. If you want features, but you are looking for, you know, a better value, I think if you option up a premium, it's going to give you everything you want and you're going to be happy with the way that it is spec'd. But that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned anything from the video, please take a second to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and each like, each comment, each subscription gets me one step closer to achieving my goals, achieving my dreams, and I would greatly appreciate it. But again, that is it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!